What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining my channel, Robinhood. This is Bob. Today is April 11th, and today, guys, we are going to go over week 15 of my 52-week, $15,000 option dividend challenge. So let's get started. All right, guys, as you can see, I did make a huge deposit here. So I did do a deposit on the 8th for $6,000, and then two more deposits of $185 in April. So my account is going to be higher. So let's show my account here. So my total market value now is at $147,671. Of that, the equity is $75,067.01. And margins that I'm using is at $72,603.99. With the money I added, I told you guys, anytime AT&T went below $30, I would buy more. I was holding that money to see if there was another mini crash or a crash to add in maybe a different stock or to add on my portfolio. But I just couldn't resist the opportunity to buy it at that price, because in my heart, I feel that AT&T will not stay below 30 or will just keep on going, especially with the earnings starting to come up. So as you guys can see now, I am at 2,400 shares of AT&T. My average cost at $29.26. I am up about $1,800 with AT&T. And you guys know that the dividend just came. So if you guys are AT&T holders, the price will naturally go down. So if we just check AT&T here, and if you check out the week, which would be, let's say, the first. So if you look at the 1st of April, it ended at about $30.47. So if you add in the dividend for the week, is 52 cents. It really did not change that much, even though on the stock side, it seems like the stock went down a lot. But anytime a dividend is paid out, it'll naturally go down the amount that they pay the dividends, if not even a little more. But over time, it will go back up. But for the most part, it stayed almost flat from what it was a week ago, subtract it from the dividend. But like I said, I have about $72,000 worth of AT&T. So my strategy into this would be, my margins that I'm using right now is about 72,000. So even though you can't kind of split on the stock of what you want to use margins for, so in my head, I'm saying that AT&T is basically all of my margins that I'm using. So it does have about a 7% dividend. So as long as the stock itself doesn't go down about 4% by the end of the year, I would either break even or lose if it went lower than that using the margins. But like I said, I think AT&T will get up to about $34 to $36 by the end of the year. So that'll be about a 10 to 20% increase with AT&T, not including the dividends. So the next thing is energy transfer. This by far has been the highest percentage of my stocks that I've gained. So this is about 20-25% increase it's already had in the 15 weeks. Realty income has been turning around a little bit as well. They have been paying dividends monthly. So I did get a dividend payment that is coming up very soon. New resident has been doing pretty good as well for me. Enterprise products, Chimera investment here. Like I said, I bought this last week, but I am up 115 bucks. AGNC, I'm up $82. And if you guys look at it here, I did have 200 shares, so I did end up buying 200 more shares of AGNC. I kind of just want the monthly to go up. It's always good to have a monthly dividend paying stock, not just because it pays you monthly, but also it kind of just, especially if you're a dividend investor, it kind of gives you motivation to, keep on doing it. You're seeing something every month instead of some quarterlies you may only see, may have a month that you have no dividend pay. And Apple has came a long way here. I mean, I was down almost, I think $1,300 bucks. So I'm only down $329. Hopefully when the earnings later in this month, it will rise up and I will end up being in a positive. I did do a long-term option play with this. I did have to buy it back since it did have a very high run-up. So let's go over my option plays I did. If you watched my video early in the week, I did a live realty income buy and sell, and I actually bought and sold this about 5 or 6 times here, but I'll go over that with you. With AT&T though, I did make a quick buy call. This was before the dividend payout because I knew it was going to go down, so I did this and I bought it back, and I was able to do it again at a $31 strike price with a premium of $4. And knowing that it would go down, it did expire worthless at $80. And then I did another sell call after the price went down at a $30.50 for a $2 premium, and I got $22 off of this as well. So just off AT&T, I made about $122. And I was so bullish on AT&T when it did go down. I didn't think it would go this low, to be honest with you, but I did a buy call. I did 12 options at $91 with a strike price of $29.50. So as long as this gets to about $30.41 by April 23rd or higher than that price, then I'll make out on these contracts. But I suspect once it gets closer to earning, maybe sometime end of next week or beginning of the week after, it will make that turn upwards, and I will be able to sell these contracts at a profit. So we'll move to realty income here. So like I said, I bought this. So I sold the options. I bought it back for $55. I ended up losing some money on the first play. And then the video that I did here, I did a $65 strike price on all of these. I did get $92 premium. I bought one back for $70, 3 more back at $75. So I made $73. And I just continued to do that at different types of premiums, but the same strike price. This was floating around 65 to almost 65 and a half. So this just tells you the fluctuation of the premiums that you can get depending on which the price is at. But I was able to make $40. I bought this back, made 20, made another 20, made another 40. EPD, it actually went on a crazy run. Right after I bought this, just for a small premium, because I didn't think it was going to go that high. I think it was at $22.50 or $22.60. It went all the way up to about $23.20 at one point, but it did fall off at the high 22. So I was able to keep my shares and to get a $3 premium. New residential here looks like it's going to be good for next week. I did get a $6 premium at 5 options. With Apple, I did a sell call right before it skyrocketed. It went up like $2. So I tried to do a safe option for like at 130 or 135, something like that. And then it just kept on, or was at 130. So it kept on shooting up. So I bought it back for 176. And I just wanted to pick a strike price where I kind of would break even. But if it went to 138 by the 30th of April, and I did have to sell it, I would not want to sell it. But if I had to, I would be happy with this because I would end up being in the profit. Like I said, I was down, I think almost $1,600 at one point. So if I could end up being in a profit in a quick month, then I'll be happy with that. And I may reinvest in Apple or possibly go into some other dividend investing. Chimera investment, it's a little hard to get an option trade with this at the price that it is at right now, but I will get something by the end of next week because the next dividend that ends is April 16th. AG&C, I was just able to get a $1 strike price for $4. They got a lawsuit going against them, so the stock absolutely tanked. So just to be honest with you, I probably by next week will be losing all of this. So that's just over $500. So that's going to be a hard hit. Nokia has been on and off. It's been on an uptrend, but I have till January 2022, so I'm not too worried about that. I did a buy put because Microsoft has been on such a great run. I thought they were going to go down. They did just for a split second, and I was able to make $43. It went back up, and I tried to do the same play, and it absolutely backfired. I usually try to get out of the option at a 50% loss, but the next day it skyrocketed, I think $2 or $3, and I was at like a 75% loss already. So I kind of want to just hold on for one more day, just assuming that they would go back down, and they went up like another dollar or two, and I was like at a 90% loss. So I couldn't buy it back at a price, and so I just left it alone. So this cost me $597. All the hard work that I did up here kind of just went down the toilet with this option here. With Alibaba, I actually was making pretty good calls in this. Almost every buy call was within, I would probably say within an hour of when I did it. So I was able to make $70, $20, $10, and $12. But after everything was said and done, just with this mishap with Microsoft, I still ended up losing, this is 3 weeks in a row, my options, $149. So I'm not too worried about it, because I have AT&T, which is going to be over $1,000 in dividend pay, so that will bring me up, but I don't get paid that until May. But I'm not too worried because that'll offset it. I'll probably next week with this play here, I'll probably be down $500, and whatever option plays I do, I'm not going to be too aggressive with Realty Income because it is expiring on the 16th. But with this, I'll probably be in a loss completely with this play here. So I will be probably in the hole for next week, and that'll be 4 weeks in a row. But like I said, when AT&T dividends come out, it'll bring me back up on track. And if we look down here, guys, so April, I did deposit, like I showed you guys at the beginning of the video, $6,370. I do not plan on depositing any more money anytime soon, if not at all. Originally, I wasn't actually planning to deposit any type of money into my account, but obviously with the stimulus and with my job, I'm making a little bit more money. My expenses are pretty low, so I was able to add this type of money into it. But for the most part, I'm probably not going to add any more money because I am at a point where I think I'm getting about $8,000 in dividends over the year. So I would just reinvest it, and that'll grow my portfolio there. So let's look at the long-term dividend option here, guys. So if we check this out here, AT&T, like I said, is at 2,400 shares, and AG&C is at 400 shares. So my annual dividend, if I just kept these stocks here and the dividend didn't change up or down, I would be bringing home $9,000 just in dividends. So I don't feel that I need to add any more money into the portfolio unless I see a very great buying opportunity like I did with AT&T. I feel that this possibly could be the last time to buy it at 30 or below $30. But like I said, that's just my opinion. But if we look at the yearly options, I did lower these down a little bit again because the prices go up. You can be more risky when you buy the options or sell the options, or you can be a little more safe, but the actual premiums are lower. So my option play did go down a little bit overall percentage-wise at $8,832, but my total year, I should get, in theory, about at least $17,000 or $18,000 here. So here, guys, this was at about 15%. It's at 13% now just because I changed out my option plays to a lower premium. And I also got rid of Microsoft, which was a higher option pay as well, but lower dividend. But like I said, overall, my total investment at the stocks I currently have is at about 139,816. Total investment with their stocks are at now is at 145,916. So if you look at week 15 just on the stock side, I was actually pretty surprised, but it was up. So Monday and Tuesday was good. I think Wednesday and Thursday was a little flat, and Thursday and Friday I think was bad for me. So with AT&T going down. So if we check this out here, guys, AT&T was at $2,700. It went all the way down to $1,800. But like I said earlier, I'm getting paid almost $1,000, if not a little bit over $1,000 in dividends. So overall, with the week, with the dividend that I get, I'm technically still up overall with the dividend paid. Realty income was pretty flat. It was going up pretty good, but like I said, overall, it's been staying around the $65, $65.50 range. That's why I was able to get so many options. But like I said, next week I may just get an easy strike price and not try to stress about it because I really don't want to sell realty income, or I don't want to buy it back at a higher price. Chimera investment is up $115, so that's a pretty good increase of $100. We look at AG&C, not too much growth on there, but I did buy, like I said, 200 more shares, $83. Energy Transfer up a little bit at 1688. And Apple was the biggest mover for me. I was at negative 1,319. I'm at negative 329, so almost $1,000 here just on pickup on Apple. EPD has been doing pretty good, just nice and steady. I'm up 444. That's about a $200 increase here. Stock sold, all the previous stock plus the Microsoft stock that I sold, I'm up overall $3,447. And new residential, I'm up $646. So overall total that I'm up for the 15 weeks is $9,539. And of course, like I said, this is a dividend option strategy here. Anything on the stock side that's up is always just an additional bonus. But just doing kind of the math, I assumed that I would make $15,000 on the stock side at the full year and $15,000 at least with the option and dividend side for the full year. And one thing too, guys, I did end up selling my Tattooed Chef. Reason being is buying Tattooed Chef, you would have to put a little bit more of a margin down, so it was less stock that I can buy with that particular stock. So I did sell it at a basically break even. So I sold it, you look here, I sold it basically at the same exact cost that I bought it for. So I broke even with that, but I did make $45 in dividend, not dividend, $45 in option trade. So overall is up $45. Not the biggest, money for the amount that I had to put in, but at least it wasn't at a loss. So like I said, on the stock side, up $9,595. We look at the option side, guys. Overall with AT&T, up 122, Realty Income 153, and this is one of the highest one I did for Realty Income. I usually don't bounce around the Realty Income. I usually just buy the option, just let it sit for the whole month, and then hopefully it doesn't expire above the price. Chimera Investment, I'm going to make a move next week. I've been trying, but I wanted to get a little bit higher of a premium, but the stock hasn't moved too much. AG&C is only 4, but I've really only probably be able to get $1 per option for AG&C just at the price it is at currently. I may get it more if it does go up a little bit more or possibly down a little more. Energy Transfer, have not really been able to get anything more than $1 off of this. Like I said, the price has been going up steadily. With Apple, I bought that back, so I didn't make really any money with Apple. EPD only $3. Other trades, basically with Microsoft, down $442. New residential expires next week, so I was down $149, which brings this down to $4,219. So by week 17, I should be at $5,000. So if I can get to week 17 at around $5,000, then I will be on track. But I don't see that happening just because I already know one of them is probably gonna be down $500. But the first or second week when I get AT&T, it'll bring me back on track, if not above where I need to be at. And April is coming with the margin goal. I believe it's on the 18th, so I will be subtracting that out of here as well. This will probably be the highest margin because the amount of money that I'm borrowing has been going up and up, more of the money that I've been making. But overall, like I said, $9,500 here and $4,200 there. So made it almost about $14,000. Well, minus this, we'll say $13,500 overall in 15 weeks, which I'm absolutely happy with. And like I said, I should be back on track by early May, if not above where I need to be at. So that's all for DVDIs. So if you guys like what you see in here, definitely comment below if you have any questions or any stocks you want to know about that I have, or possibly stocks that I could purchase. Anything that you guys want to know or share, definitely hit the comments. But hit the like and subscribe. I'm almost at my 300 subscriber goal. So just subscribe if you guys like what you hear. And you guys have a wonderful day.